As the boys head to Suncorp Stadium this weekend to take on the North Queensland Cowboys in Magic Round, you can watch all the action live and loud in the lounge and sports bar at the home of the West Tigers, West Ashfield at 115 Liverpool Road, Ashfield. Kick-off on Sundays from 6:25pm, and you can grab dinner and make a night of it with one of West Ashfield's famous wood-fire pizzas, burgers or steaks from the garden, or try the Asian restaurant Wok On with all your Asian favourites, noodle bar, delicious stir fries and more made right in front of your eyes. So stay tuned for more exciting dining offers and giveaways via this WestsLife podcast in association with West Ashfield. For more information, visit West Ashfield's website, westashfield.com.au, or give them a follow on Facebook or Instagram at West Ashfield. Welcome to another episode of the WestsLife podcast. I'm your host, Josh Barnett, and as always, we are sponsored by West Ashfield Leagues, the best place to watch the game live and loud, and you can do that Sunday nights as we end Magic Round against the Cowboys, which we'll preview later in the week. And we're also sponsored by MG Pump Solutions, and we've pulled Mr. MG Pump Solutions, Shane, along to the show tonight. He's very fired up, as is my other co-host. They're rare and ready to go tonight because a lot of frustrations, obviously with officials and that sort of thing. But thanks everyone on the live stream coming in, a few people coming through, and also, while you're online, give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at WestsLife Pod. Give us a subscribe on the WestsLife YouTube channel. And if you want to support us and take part in the show and join our Discord, patreon.com/WestsLife. But firstly, he's back from a holiday all refreshed, played some golf, had some cocktails, and then was back to normal life of screaming at the TV and getting angry at officials. Rob Bashara, welcome back to reality.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, it's good to be back. Came back nice and relaxed from a beautiful week away on the Gold Coast. Seemed to dodge all the bad weather. By full time on Saturday afternoon, I was pretty G'd up, pretty pissed off, to be honest. Not with the team, but, with the officiating, the ref, the bunker. And I was actually livid till about lunchtime on Sunday with Mother's Day. Had a nice Mother's Day lunch at West Ashfield. Food was great. Took all the family with us, so I highly recommend going there, guys. I've calmed down a little bit now, but I basically gave up on NRL Saturday, as Shane did, I think. And I'm still a little bit, disconsolate about the game and where we're at as a game, but very proud of our Tigers, especially the last few weeks, mate.
And Shane, you, we were both, funny enough, we were only half a kilometre apart. We were both in Terrigal on the weekend, watching the game with family. Yeah, but we probably almost hear each other swearing at the TV. We were that close, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How far gone are we now? 48 hours, a little bit more than 48 hours. Have you calmed down at all? Had time to refresh? You've rewatched the game. What are your summaries so far?
Look, I need to give NRL a break. I'm going to have a couple of weeks off. It's just, it ruins the rest of my weekend. Like, I was fucking pissed off all of Sunday as well. And it's just like, you know what? I wasn't even pissed off. I was just like, I just have no interest. Like just watching what unfolded on Saturday afternoon. To be honest, I just couldn't believe it. My father-in-law is a Roosters supporter. He laughs every time I turn around and go, the refs are shit against the Tigers. The refs are shit against the Tigers. He always laughed at me. Since we sponsored him last year, he's been watching pretty much every game. And this is coming from a Roosters supporter. He fully understands why we have the shits. He was watching the game with me on the weekend, and he couldn't believe his eyes with some of the calls. And just asked, like, how is that even a thing? Any other team, it wouldn't even get looked at. But because Tigers did it, bang, it's looked at, and they're going to pull an obscure rule out of their asses that no one realizes is a rule, and they're going to make sure it's counted. And, oh, man, that's just I'm just over it. I'm fucking over it. Look, whether we won or not on the weekend, it doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. The boys are putting in 80 minutes. They're playing good. Yes, we have a mixed-matched backline. It's just the fact of the shit calls, especially the bunker. Guys, like, we are watching what they're watching on TV. They watch exactly what we watch. What the fuck are they seeing? What do they see that we don't see? Because I'm telling you now, I didn't see what he was talking about. And like, look, I understand I don't understand it because it's a fucking stupid rule. But what was the first? It was the first one with
no try.
Was it Seyfarth running?
Seyfarth,
I'm pretty sure it was Seyfarth ran the decoy. They called obstruction, yet he literally fucking missed everything. He missed everyone. There's no obstruction. No one could have been affected by what he ran. Nothing. Whether he threw it from the inside, outside, it doesn't fucking matter. An obstruction you would think an obstruction, by the definition of the word, would stop someone attacking the play or defending against that play. It's not the case. No one got affected. And as soon as they said obstruction, we both looked at each other and were like, obstruction? No one got obstructed from that. There was no fucking issues. They ran 3 people out. It's just fucking wild. Like that was literally when that went over, I was like, oh sweet, we scored first. This will be all right. It's going to be a good game. I didn't expect to win. They had Tommy back, but that was just the start. It just got worse from there. And fuck, man, like I don't know what the bunker's doing, what he's smoking, what he's drinking. Fuck me. We need to figure it out.
Shane, we defended that first 20 minutes. Like they peppered our line probably the first 10 or 15. Every time we got down there, we looked pretty good. And you kind of thought whoever scored first was going to kick on with the game. I can understand with some of the decisions, you can say, you know what, like with the Peachy no try and obviously the Seyfarth running through there, like obviously, you know, our player caught the ball on the inside shoulder of the Seyfarth run. So technically it's a penalty. I get all that. That's fine. I don't even mind it being taken off us as a try. I really don't, Shane. I know it's not an obstruction, but if we're going by the letter of the law and we're taking out grey areas, I can accept that. Where I lost my absolute, I'm not going to swear tonight. I want to keep myself dignity, but I really want to drop the freaking F word 100 times, guys. Where I absolutely lost my effing shit was watching the Cowboys game later that night. The exact same play, the absolute exact same play. The Cowboys had 2 runners go through. The furthest runner on the left did and catches the ball on the inside shoulder and then continues and then furthermore does a double movement. It goes up no try. So you have to have solid proof that you can overturn it, and it's overturned for a try on 2 counts. I'm thinking, man, 4 hours earlier, we just had Seyfarth run that same line. And so I just want consistency, and everyone goes, oh, you know, you can't be consistent. They're refs, blah, blah, blah. If you can read an effing eye chart, QRST on the board, you're looking at this stupid thing in hindsight. It's 100% you either know your rules or you don't. You can't have different interpretations. You either know the bloody rule or you don't know the rule. So it just gets me that our try gets disallowed and the Cowboys' try gets allowed. Now, they're either one of 2 things, guys. They're either totally incompetent or they're totally corrupt. You take your pick because that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable that we get one rule for us and a different rule for the Cowboys or any other team for that matter. Everything should be ref the same way.
Rob, I got one for you.
Yeah, go on.
Peter V'landys is in horse racing. What's horse racing? Pretty fucking corrupt, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm starting to put two and two together. And since Peter V'landys has come in, the game has turned to absolute rubbish. Don't get me wrong. What he did in COVID and kept it going was all good and well.
Yeah, okay.
It has now turned to absolute rubbish. We need, I personally believe, we need the two ref system back. One on either side of the play.
I think most people agree with that. I don't know why he got rid of it.
It was dumb. You've now got two eyes on the one play from two different angles, and you're now like you can see if look, hey man, pull them up, they're offside. You've now got two people because obviously one guy's staring at the ball, the other ref can sort of scout and scan around. That is what I don't understand. He's pulled that away to make a faster, more free-flowing game. All it's done is create more fucking issues. And then you put into the bunker. The bunker literally has his time to look at footage and review calls. And he still fucks it up. And they've fucked up many a times through a lot of games in the last 9 rounds. I've seen more bunker mishaps than ever. If they're this incompetent and they don't know what they're doing, scrap it. It doesn't need to be there. Just get rid of it. If this is how you're going to play it, because you're giving certain teams who, let's be honest, called out the shitty refereeing. Now, all of a sudden, Cowboys get every good call and bullshit calls overturned. Like, if a try goes up, no try, it is very, very hard for it to be reversed.
As we saw with Alloway. Because that was...
Yeah, there's no evidence of him grounding that.
No, there was two hands under the ball.
Guys, it's evidence of him having that ball held up. And on that distant angle from Manly's try line, looking down at our try line, after he's actually finished his movement on the ground, if they'd have gone another 2 seconds more, you would see the ball up in the air. And you can clearly see one of our players, it might have been Jake Simpkin, I'm not sure, had his arm under the ball on the behind the goal line angle. So I don't know how, I mean, I get, okay, if they want to say it's a grey area, we go with the on-field decision, I get that. But to me, there was enough evidence to overturn that. Look, all the do-gooders are going to say, you know what, there's no game without the ref, and players make mistakes and coaches make mistakes and refs. I get all that. The refs make mistakes. The bunker cannot make a mistake, guys. It's like having a bloody open book exam. You've got the rules there and you've got the video there, and you can replay the stupid thing 10 times if you want. For some reason, when it's another team like the Storm or the Roosters or Penrith or something like that, they get 6 replays. When it's us, it's 1 or 2. Bang, we're gone. You know, it's just, I'm over it. I'm absolutely over just getting jammed every week by these officials. And it's the bunker that gives me the biggest beef, because they've got the hindsight of video. The refs on the field, as bad as they might be, they can just have off days and we've just got to put up with it. But I cannot accept bunker mistakes, and I don't know how the NRL does, and they keep defending it. It's absolute bullshit.
Well, that's right. Like, the man on the field, he doesn't have every possible angle. The bunker literally has every possible angle they have. And I think we spoke about this, like, I think it was last week or the week before. Why do they have such shit cameras in the try line? Get some 120 FPS cameras so you can actually do super slow-mo and watch what is happening. Like, come on, guys. Like, I can go buy one. I can go buy a...
Yeah, Shane.
The thing is, I can get my iPhone out. I can get my Google phone out, and I'll film it right now.
They go on and say how they were following the broadcasters' coverage, etc. And, you know, we didn't see this till after the event, etc., etc. Stafford Toa's run late in the second half, where, I'll be honest, I never saw Trbojevic pull the jersey until I saw the replay. Okay? Now, when Stafford Toa makes the break, kicks the ball ahead, Manly kick it dead in goal, and it's a goal line dropout. While they're doing the goal line dropout, they show the replay, and you see Toa getting pulled from the jersey. You can't tell me the bunker didn't see that. and don't stop
Two
the game
times.
and say, hey, ref, we got a problem here. There was a tug there. That's a professional foul. Sin bin, F him off to the bin. And we end up being 12 on 12 because by that stage, Stefano's already off the field. Like, they want to pull back, use the bunker to, watch goal line dropouts and kickoffs and whatever. But for us, we don't seem to get those benefits. I don't know what's going on, guys. I just think the whole thing's a mess. I'm a believer in the bunker, but if the bunker is going to be that shit and they've got absolute effing retards, adjudicating this stuff, then freak it off. Just get rid of it because it's not doing us any favors.
Yeah, I've never seen comments because we've obviously had a lot of issues with officials this year. It's not the first game with Luciano, no try. I thought Kilmer Tuilagi scored last week against the Dragons. So we've had a few games, but across those games, across the socials after it, you got a lot of people were saying, "What about this? What about this?" People said, "Oh, you know what? We probably weren't, didn't deserve the win. Blah blah blah. We should have taken our chances. Blah blah blah." The comments this week, like 99% of every comment, usually there's like Luke Brooks blaming or like someone bagging out the team, but we lost 13 by 14 on Saturday, so pretty like not a close game. Yet every comment was what you guys are saying now, and our comments now are coming through live. Everything, obviously, we're talking about the referees, but all of it is just people just fed up with these unbelievable decisions that, like, we go up. I think we've scored a try and they pull it back. I still think Peachy had his hand on the ball. I don't know why.
Peachy scored a try. Yeah.
Luckily, he scored 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
We're living with that one because he scored 2 minutes later.
But it doesn't matter. He should have scored 2 tries then. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't matter. It's bullshit.
Guys, I don't know if you saw the other games. There was a second try yesterday for the Warriors.
No.
Fanua Blake, I'm pretty sure it was, offloads the ball to Reece Walsh, who does this mad break before he passes it to a teammate who kicks ahead for a guy and they score. They check the video. Reece Walsh runs behind. I might have been, I don't know if it's Tavunga, if he's still with the Warriors. It looked like that. Anyway, he runs behind his own player. He's caught the ball on the inside shoulder. He's run behind the player. And even though it's technically not, like you don't know if he would have obstructed the guy or not, he's gaining an advantage. Now, they've checked that. And they've said play on. No one's mentioned it. But if anyone's out there sees that game again, have a look at Reece Walsh when he runs behind his own player, catches it on the inside shoulder. So there's another one. But we'll just let that go through because they weren't wearing orange, black, and gold. It's just ridiculous, guys. It's happening every week. We go back to the Luciano Leilua one against the Warriors where we didn't even get it checked. The bunker didn't even say, hey, wait, don't take that tap. Let's have a look at it again. And that was in eye shot of, referee Ziggy, who was looking at it clearly and had a good shot of it. Like, there's so many decisions. When we won against South Sydney, I think it was, Mamalo was pulled back for being offside when it went up as a try. You would have needed a freaking slide rule and a protractor to work out if he was always in line with it at the game. He might have had 1 foot in front of the kick and 1 foot behind, but it was too close to overturn. But it got overturned. We get jammed every week, guys, and Michael Maguire needs to cop a $10,000 fine and rip it. Absolutely rip it. But the problem is, if it's the West Tigers, he'll get a $1.5 million fine, not a $10,000 fine because it's a freaking West Tigers. Like, enough, guys. Our guys defended so well that first 15, 20 minutes. They Manly were just, they're shit. Manly are fucking absolutely shit. Like, I know that they had a couple of second rowers out, but there's literally 3 or 4 teams in this comp, guys, and the rest are absolute cannon fodder, and we could have beaten them in hindsight. And, we shot ourselves in the foot too. We did some dumb things, but definitely, the ref is not helping us. And that sin bin, what a joke that was. What an absolute disgrace that sin bin was.
I didn't understand it at all. He literally walked on the field, did a tackle, like he bounced on top of him, stood up. It looked, no one called held. So he went, oh, fuck, and jumped back on him because he tried to get up and make a run. Because he dropped back on him, that's what set him off. But the thing is, no one called held. So what does it fucking matter?
Yeah, guys, let me just read this out to you because I went through the game and paused these penalties. Brooks got penalised in the 4th minute for holding down a player. Seyfarth offside in the 9th minute. Brooks in the 10th minute when, I don't know if you remember, Manly played the ball and Brooksy dived on it, which I kind of thought was a bit of a rough penalty. But anyway, that was in the 10th minute. Brooks again not square in the 15th minute. Obviously, the no try to Kapoa in the 25th minute when they said safe half obstructed. So from the 25th...
Two seconds, Rob. That one that Brooks was... That was the one where he jumped onto the ball where he was definitely square and marker, wasn't it?
Correct. It wasn't
what a
even
fucking joke that was. That pissed me the
fuck off.
There
was no hooker there. And that happened to us in Brisbane. When we were
2 times.
Yeah, that happened to us last year.
Remember this. Okay, so in the 15th minute, Brooks is not square in that situation, allegedly. Stefano gets sin bin in the 32nd minute. So we're going 17 minutes later. These are the infringements between the 15th and the 32nd minute. Safe half, no try. Like the Kapoa no try because of safe half. That's not like anything deliberate or anything repeated. That's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, and they got a repeat set in the 26th minute for McKaylee with a ruck infringement. Where's the back-to-back bullshit penalties that we've been doing so many penalties in a row? We conceded 3 in the first 10 minutes, and then there was nothing basically from the 15th till the 32nd minute, except an obstruction, no try, and a 6 again. Where was the warning? Did we even get a warning? Stefano would have been stretching his hamstrings and not known anything about anything anyway. Where's the refs, I don't know what you'd call it, where's the refs feel for the game to know that this bloke's just come on? It's just a holding down penalty. It's basically not peeling off properly. And he gets sin bin for that. What the fuck? Seriously.
Yeah. As if they were making a break to score.
But how does that sin bin come about, guys? It wasn't like we'd given away 3 or 4 penalties in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I've had to find you 1 penalty and 1 6 again in 17 minutes. Come on, guys. It's just not on.
The Brooks one turned me. One of the comments came up just then, and he was saying that there's a rule that you can't dive on the ball. No, you are allowed to dive on the ball if there is no dummy half. There was none. Square. There was no, and Brooks was square.
Correct.
He stood there. He dived around and jumped onto the ball.
Yeah,
that was 100% sweet. I don't understand why that got pulled up as not being square, because we literally rewinded it 2 times and went, how the fuck did you call that not square? Like, we rewound it 2 times just to double check, because we're like, no way. Like, why did that get called? You are allowed to jump on the ball if there is no dummy half and you're square. There's no issues with that.
So the sin bins, the one that Madge did call out in his presser was a sin bin. So I've got it loaded up here. I'll see if I can get it to play. 1 second. So I mean, it's very rare. Like, Madge doesn't normally call out. He hasn't done it all year. He hasn't made one excuse with referees. This is the first time.
As we were saying, Josh, off air, the reason why he hasn't been saying anything about the shit standard of refereeing is we had a shit standard of play. How can you bring up a shit standard of refereeing if you're playing that bad and making that many errors and causing that many mistakes? You can't bring it up. You'd look like an idiot. We are now playing 80 minutes of football. We are putting in everything we can. We make some silly little mistakes every now and again.
So now's
the time to blow up.
And obviously, what we're building here. I guess the tough part for us was obviously when Stefano got sent off there, and we end up having some tries scored against us, which they're massive calls. Like, it was a really big call. Like, we had a period in the second half there where I think we had 4 6 agains on our own line, and no one else is sent off. So I guess when you're sending someone off for 10 minutes, it's a big part of what plays out in the game, which, that's the game. And the boys worked hard to handle that, but it was just unfortunate. We had probably 2 there that just gets the score, more pressure ticking away on you. But the effort that the boys put in, I thought that was strong from that point of view.
James, I'm not sure if you were on the field when he got sent off, but had the ref spoken to you guys? Because he'd only been on the field for about 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 20 seconds, I think, was on the field for, but no.
20 seconds.
you know, they were holding us down a bit. So we thought, oh, you know, we could sort of try and bide a bit of time there, and you know, we ultimately paid for it. So, you know, we learnt our lesson there and tried to play on with the game, but those things sort of come back to bite you. Like I said, I thought the way, you know, we kind of started, I thought the boys' effort was there. You know, we're held and tough at that start. You know, was we didn't make it easy for ourselves, and they started pretty well. So the way we started, we didn't make it.
So I'll stop it there because it kind of stops talking about the referee there. But yeah, Mad's not happy, boys, with particularly the Symbian, and it changed the game. It ruined the game. Like as soon as Steph went off, Manly scored twice, and for the rest of the game, that 2-try lead, like we just couldn't get it back. It's just the Symbian probably annoys me the most. The other ones, like I'm annoyed with, but to make that call on the spot, and just change the game. Like, do they have to bring in a 5-minute Symbian or something? Because it absolutely turned the game on its head, because it was, what was the score at that stage? It was
4.
Yeah, it was 4. It's only 4-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, but obviously, you know, like if you need the points to go over 40.5, you need to create fatigue in a team so that you can get points in the second half, so you can get over 40 points. But we won't go there. That's all right. We'll just leave that. You know, let people be gullible and don't think there's money on bloody football. You know, saw it in South and Canterbury the other week, and nothing Symbian to Marshall King at 6-0 to Canterbury. Suddenly, South put on a cricket score on them. Back the overs, everyone. You'll get a Symbian for sure every week.
I mean, we're paying $9 against Para, but I get what you're saying.
And it comes
outside
back
the
to, again,
referees, boys,
our mate Peter Volandis.
No, look, it's not just the sin bin, Josh. It's that tug on Toa that gets me. If you think the Kapoa's no try, I can accept that. If you want to say Peachy's first try is no try, I can accept that. You can't, you know, dissuade me on the Toa tug back. I don't know how that's actually a professional foul, and that's a sin bin.
Yeah.
Stefano has just got on the field and made a second effort in a tackle. That's just an absolute rubbish sin bin. And we saw one with Tyrone Peachy against the Gold Coast. I don't think Peachy's one against Newcastle was that bad either, to be honest. But
No,
you know,
they were the same things.
But we can go back in every game and find, you know, like really harsh sin bins against us. But you know, with others, it's just nothing. It just goes without saying. There's a sin bin there to Trebojevic, their best player, who would have been off for 10 minutes, and we might have scored in that situation with him being off the field. And you know, like I wasn't a fan of us going for the try, to be honest. When we ended up getting a penalty, a couple of minutes left in the half, because it's hard to score 13 against 13, let against 12 against 13. But
and waste the clock.
We just don't get the rub of the green, guys, and it's really frustrating. They're not even 50-50 calls. You know, the Kapoa and the Peachy no tries, they're kind of 50-50. The others are blatant. They're 100-0. There's no ifs or buts about them. So, yeah.
Well, the thing with the tugs, Rob, there was 2 of them. He pulled in once as he just turned, and as he was running next to him, he grabbed his jersey again. But it's like...
Yeah, no, I agree, Shane, but what I'm saying is watching it on TV and being a Tigers fan, I didn't see that. I only saw it when they showed the head-on shot when they were getting ready for the goal line dropout. And I'm trying to say to you that the bunker had time to alert the officials on the field and say, guys, we've got a problem here. Do something about 100%. it. And it wasn't done. That's like I said, all the other stuff on the run, we can just say it's like a player error, ref error, whatever. I get that. You've got video, you've got hindsight, and you've got a blatant professional foul in a try-scoring situation. Okay, and he got him twice, as you said. He ran him off the ball once without the use of a shoulder, and he tugged on his jumper. You know, it's just we don't get any rewards, guys, and it's just really frustrating. I'm sick of it.
Lance in the YouTube comments just brought up the other one I completely forgot about. I did talk about it on Twitter and did a screenshot of the forward pass, the try taken back from who ended up scoring it? Was it Gil?
I think it wasn't Tuolagi from Jacko.
Yeah, it was Kelma. Yeah, the pass wasn't forward.
like that pass gets let go 99% of the time in rugby league, and then that one gets pulled up, and then Jackson Hastings doesn't like it and says something, and it's a penalty to Manly. They go up and score again. It was just.
It probably was marginally forward, but what I'm saying is, like you just said, 99% of those passes are allowed, and I think it's worse too. It looks worse when it's one of those things where Jacko's moving backwards, his arms are in front of him, and he lets go of the ball, and then the other guy's moving forward. So it's got that illusion of looking more forward than it really is. So I don't really know if it was forward, but you're 100% right. Those passes are just run-of-the-mill passes. It's nothing. But like I said, they got the slide rule out and worked out that it went, 89 degrees. It's a forward pass. It's not 90 degrees,
Rachel in Facebook comments said, didn't Vossi defend the missed call on Stafford? So, yeah, we had a bit of a back and forth with Vossi on Twitter. And he said, I sent him the video of the jersey being tugged. And he wrote back, and I'm like, and why wasn't it pulled up? And he wrote back, I don't know. Maybe the referee just missed it. I said, why do you think we're blowing up? Because you saw literally every single thing that we did, and then he just the bunker mustn't have seen it. The referee somehow saw Josh Aloiai ground the fucking ball, but yet you can't see a blatant. And the referee, you look in the background, the referee's eyes are straight on the play. But the bunker couldn't see the jersey, and he's like, he barely changed told speed. It doesn't matter. If we're talking about the obstruction rule, if the CFAF thing, if we're going to be pedantic about CFAF breaking the rules by he wasn't quite through the defensive line yet, so it was an obstruction. How can we make it a grey area when a guy pulls a fucking jersey? If you even pull a jersey,
I thought Shane Flanagan was quite supportive.
A couple of people commented already in our comments and on Twitter as well. The only way we get a penalty there is if Stafford Toller does the Joel Embiid bloody flop on the ground.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
It was just absolute joke. And the Vossi credit to Vossi. He thought the call in the game. He said he thought the Peachy no try was suspect, and he thought it was a try. And when you get the commentators, because they're trying to stay neutral and not bag out the game while they're calling it, when the commentators start saying what's going on, that it's. But Vossi just right back, and I love Vossi. I reckon he's the best caller in the game. But I was just like, come on, man! Clearly. It's a professional foul. Wig had a sin bin for fuck all. It's just baffling. But
it was all set up for the Trbojevic wank fest at the end of the game, guys. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all of them are like Vossi there. And so what? It's the Tigers. Who cares? Fuck you. That's what. Fuck you. Because I'm fucking sick of it. I'm absolutely fucking fed up. If it happened with the Roosters, every dickhead fucking journalists will be out there going, they got robbed. They got robbed. Fuck you. The Tigers got robbed. Keep getting robbed, and we're fucking sick of it. Sort it out. It's getting so pathetic.
If it's only a game, guys, if that's going to be their catchphrase, it's only a game, why do we have to keep watching it? Don't we deserve better as fans? Why do we have to keep copying it every week? And I'm not trying to, it's not a sympathy thing. Why can't they get the bunker right? Open book exam. It's an open book exam. You can't get one decision wrong. It's just, there's no way of getting anything wrong. You get it right or you're a dumb fuck. Seriously. There's just no ifs or buts about it.
Well, look at the Premier League. If someone's offside, they draw fucking lines and they have a thing exactly showing how much they're offside. And I'm not taking the piss. There's times where you're like, fuck off, he's not offside. And you see the lines and they're this far apart, but he's offside. And you go, yeah, fair enough. You know what? You fucking saw that. Your algorithm showed that. They don't even show lines. There's a couple of tries this season where I was like, there's no way he was offside. And there's no way the ball went forward. Yet all of a sudden we get a try disallowed because, it was a forward pass. It was a forward tap on. I'm pretty sure it was the tap on from Mamalo to Gildart where I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, look, it was flat. Definitely wasn't forward. and Gildart scored a try and they pulled it back straight away. We're not even looking at it. That was no try.
Yeah, the
Gold
Gold
Coast.
Coast.
You're not looking at it. What do you mean you're not looking at it? That cost us the game.
Yeah, that's another one I totally forgot about. There's been so many. Yeah,
that pissed me off so much. I was burning about that one because that was a try. I was like, oh, sweet. Gildart got his first try. Mad. Like, how good's that? Oh, no, that's no try. Fucking why?
Like, just don't take it seriously. Like, let's just watch the game and enjoy it, and just don't take it seriously.
I can't enjoy it.
Let's just accept that the refs and the bunker are going to decide the premiers this year. That's it. It's a crock of shit.
Well, what's the point watching? If it's scripted,
it's
like going and watching WWE. What's the point in watching? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I won't watch it. If it's going to be like that, sweet, man, they've lost a fan, and I will not watch a game until they sort this shit because I'm that fed up with it.
I won't go tinfoil hat with that because surely it makes if the league are doing that sort of thing where they want certain teams. Why wouldn't the West Tigers have way more members and fans than Manly? So I don't know why they'd want Manly to win over the West Tigers. I don't know why the league would want because the West Tigers been successful
because they should have beaten us.
The West Tigers being successful is good for the league, whether people want to admit it or not. The West Tigers being good, when people talk about the glory days of footy, people talk about 2005 and then talk about 2010, 11. Like it's just, so I couldn't fathom the league wanting the West Tigers unless you want to say they want to move us out of the franchise. But we've got too many fans. It's not going to happen. We're such a highly supported club, and our membership, as soon as we start winning games, our membership will be up there with the Eels and the Rabbitohs. But we'll try to go on to analysing the games. We'll go on 37 minutes of referee talk. So
can I just go 38 minutes, Josh? Can I just ask you?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Will Ben G get dropped in your opinion? Ben G. What's his name? Adam G. Get dropped this week? Yeah, I'm saying he won't get dropped, but do you think he'll get dropped?
I don't think he will. No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I don't think they'll put anything against him.
We're on the end of shit decisions, a 9-3 penalty count. There was even a funny incident, guys. I don't know if you remember it in the second half. Morgan Harper played the ball, okay, and he fell over. He either got pushed by our marker and he just drops the ball cold. That's either a penalty to Manly or a scrum on the spot as a Tigers feed. The ref just made up his own rule. Pick the ball up, mate, and go play it again. Like the guy had lost control of the game. He's absolutely fucking hopeless. Okay, he shouldn't be refereeing first grade. He got dropped a few weeks ago for the St. George Roosters game. He should get dropped again. And the problem is you replace one dumb fuck, you get another dumb fuck. So it really doesn't make any difference anyway. But that's what I'm saying. They're making up their own rules, guys. Like that play the ball is either a penalty to Manly or a scrum. You just can't make up your own rules. There's nothing in the rule book saying I can stop the game and make him play the ball. Someone infringed, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I can go to probably another 3 or 4 incidents if I wasn't getting dementia over it. We got so many bad decisions that I actually forget half of them.
Well, you know what was refreshing? Watching the Magpies game with no bunker and a referee who's fucking competent. There was a female referee out there, and she was fucking great.
It was Badge. It was Casey Badger, wasn't it?
I think
maybe.
It was.
I'm not too sure. But
I saw a bit of the game. I'm pretty sure it's Casey Badger. Yeah,
mate, she was fucking awesome. The boys didn't backchat to her. She put them in their fucking place when they were being fuckwits, and she refereed the game that was happening right in front of her eyes, and it was fucking
I don't know
great.
how she hasn't ref first.
There was no bunker. There was no bullshit. Man, 2 of the tries, one each way, shouldn't have been tries if they went to the bunker. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? Because it was good. And it was like a 15th out. And they were fucking both killer tries. But you know what? I'll cop that. Because both of them got tries. You win some, you lose some. But
you can't even celebrate a try
anymore. There was competent refereeing.
I want the right decision to be called, but like we've said, the bunker's not making the right calls. I want the bunker to get it right. I want every decision to be correct, and we have the technology
to get it right.
Yeah, we need more technology. Obviously, we need better cameras there. Fuck, man, cricket has.
With Magic Round, every
cricket has good cameras, and it's fucking cricket. Like, fuck me.
Well, the cameras don't have to move for 5 days.
Or at least the
Whereas-
same bloke in the bunker, guys. Either the same bloke or blokes that see the game the same way, because you can't have Kapoa no try, Dearden try, the left centre for Warriors a try when they're all the same thing. You can't have one, two being tries and one not being a try. On video review. It's not like it's just a general thing where the refs made it a decision. It's video reviewed, and some are saying it's a try and some are saying it's not a try. What do we do? We can't even celebrate a try anymore. It's just ridiculous. All right, 40 minutes gone.
Yeah. The player by player we're going to have to fly through. So just a few stats. So possession 52-48. Manly, I mean, we must have pulled that back because the first 20 minutes, the boys. The sad thing about that Symbian is the courage and defense the boys showed in that first 20 minutes with so much possession, that fucking short kickoff that caught us off guard, and Manly would just get his six again and just rolling in front of us, and we held strong. And I was thinking, like, man, if we keep playing like this, we're a big chance of grinding this out. But that Symbian just blew that game out of the water. Time of possession, only 2 minutes difference. Completion rate, 35 out of 43. Look, not good, especially after what we showed against the Rabbitohs the other week. Runs are pretty even. Run meters, Manly for a few hundred more with only a few more runs. So did you guys feel that Manly's forwards were getting a bit more of a roll on than our guys?
Yeah, we were. What I noticed was they were laying on us a lot, and Jimmy Tamo even said it. They were laying on the ruck a lot. Our forwards were getting held down. So it was very similar to last week. Very similar to last week. I know there was considerable times where I was just like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like, they're literally holding on. We don't get a six again. Yeah, and yet the next time, like the next set, I think there was one where Brooks made a tackle. Literally, like, held him. They screamed held. Luke, get off. He stood up, had his hand on his back, and they were like six again for a ruck infringement. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you literally said, Luke, get up. He stood up, had his hand on his back, like you do. Everyone does. And they called it. And I was just like, it was just weird. Like, it was just a fucking weird game.
We defended Manly well, guys. We defended Manly well, and we defended the referee well.
And 36 doesn't show that, but
yeah,
the scoreline doesn't show the performance, unfortunately. The stats are all pretty even. Play the ball speed, you can see a bit of a difference there. And obviously, talking about them laying all over us. Offload's pretty similar. We'll go down to one I did notice is obviously the discipline side of things. Missed tackles, 46 missed tackles is just not good enough. But it's hard when you've only got 12 people on the field as well for 10 minutes. So negative play. Computer's slow as tonight. There we go. So errors are 10 all. Penalty count 9-3. Ruck infringe. Now these numbers, it says Manly had 3 ruck infringements. We only had 1, and then they had 4 inside 10 meters. We only had 3. So the way I'm reading this is it was 7-4 our way in 6 against. Is that right?
No way.
I think we had a little bit of a roll on in the middle to late part of the second half, guys.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of possession from maybe around the 55th minute or the 70th minute. And it kind of showed in the stats because I was going through it earlier today and it was like 6 again, West Tigers, penalty, West Tigers. So we did get a little bit of a run there, but, I guess, just can't keep pointing your arm towards Manly for 80 minutes, can you?
No. Sorry, it's a bit slow. So we'll get to the player stats, and we'll start with. So obviously we went 2.5 hours last week, boys. So we'll try to go as quickly as we can
Yeah, I'm too tired for that tonight. I'm about to fall asleep now.
Shane's got to get up for work. People have things to do. They don't want to hear us blab on for too long. If I can just get my computer screen to line up, it would be nice. Thoughts on Stafford Toa as I bring up his stats, Shane?
Look, he's doing his best. There's obviously bits and pieces of his game that I don't like. But, look, he's really been thrown in the deep end. We don't have anyone else to really cover fullback unless we go to reserve grade, and Stafford's played first grade. You'd be silly to change him with anyone else at the moment. Rob, you had a few notes on him.
Oh,
Your time is up.
I thought he was rocks and diamonds, guys. I agree with Shane. His effort's outstanding. He's putting in a lot of good effort, but he let a ball bounce in the 31st minute that, should have been caught on the full, and it led to, Manly getting a ball. Obviously, the kick ahead was great. He could have scored there. I think if Jacko had seen Stafford running that short angle in the second last minute of the first half when we were attacking on their try line towards our left, there was a gaping hole there. If he'd have seen Stafford, he would have scored. Obviously, he did that poor miss on Cherry Evans when it was 1-on-1 when Cherry Evans scored the try. But the big thing for me was when we got it back to 18-12, I mean, he shouldn't have been taking the hit up from the kickoff, but he took that hit up from the kickoff and lost the ball. And to me, that was a turning point of the game. We had all the momentum. Can't fault his effort, and that goes for the 17 players without a doubt. But he's doing a lot of really, really good things. Unfortunately, some of the errors compounded his good stuff.
Yeah, I think Kenny being off, sort of, because I noticed when he was catching the ball for the kick return, he would palm it off to Kenny, and Kenny would get a big back fence run up and really fucking hit the line hard. And I think Stafford was really missing having that big boy to give the ball to.
Well, Kenny was off in the second minute, so that obviously didn't help our cause, and we had to do the reshuffle with Peachy in the left centre and Gildart on the wing. But that turning point that I'm talking about, Shane, that was actually kicked off to our right side. So, I just think one of our forwards should have been taking the ball up. I don't know why Stafford was taking the ball up himself. Yeah. That's just a structural thing.
Was that from a kickoff?
Yeah, that was from the kickoff. So
okay, sorry.
He pulled it back to 6 points. I mean, it's just a standard thing that the forward takes the kickoff. You very 100%. Rarely see a back run the ball unless it's been dropped from the kickoff and in their haste they're trying to, sort of fix up the error. But it should have gone to a forward, and that I think that led to Alloway's alleged try. And we could have been going down the other end and being 18-all and talking about this unbelievable comeback. But, like I said, he's really doing a good job as a substitute, and he's been a great acquisition for the Tigers. So I think he's going to get better. But, he just needs to cut some of those errors out of his game, attack the ball from fullback, catch the ball on the full, So, anyway, that's just my take on him.
So 17 runs, 173 metres, which was the highest in the team, 48 post-contact metres, which is pretty good for a fullback. 2 line breaks, break assist, try assist, 7 tackle breaks. Man, I really need a website. It's easy to scroll while I'm doing the stats. Tackles were 3 made, 2 missed, and error-wise, 2, as Rob mentioned earlier. Right, we'll go on to Kepa Owa. Boys, Kepa Owa.
This one's going to be a quick one.
Yeah, he's. I just don't. My summary is I just don't think he's young and he's playing out of position, but he just the main thing that there was a couple of things that annoyed me. Firstly, the try to Ruben Garrick out in the wing, Kepa Owa just was a traffic cone in front of him.
He literally stood still.
Yeah, and then
he went to mark the touch judge. He went to mark the touch,
Yeah.
Judge. He ran out.
Yeah,
There was no room for Garrick at all.
Yeah, it was baffling. It was just
it's
so
just
easy
not
for Garrick
understanding.
to
It's
score.
just not understanding where he is on the field, and he's just too raw, guys. He's got the body for as a first grader. He just doesn't have much other stuff there, Like
Yeah, so does Shane. But just
I don't have much there either.
in your prime, you do.
He dropped a ball
But
coming out of the red zone. He dropped a ball coming out of the red zone, like just in a tackle.
Yeah.
Like the ball came loose. He did a couple of good things. Like his finish for the no try was really good. He's the one that threw the nice ball.
There's no doubt he's athletic.
Yeah, he threw that great ball to Garner that led to Garner's 70-meter run. Like if he hadn't had awareness that Garner was free up the right side, that was a really good pass. So there's a couple of, but there's other things like when Gildart ran in the first half diagonally on the sideline and he's calling Kapoa inside him and he just didn't come inside and Gildart ends up getting pushed into touch. Like little things like that, guys. It's just.
I was trying to get to that, Rob. That's okay. I'll let you have that one. That was what I was about to talk about. But that's okay.
Oh, sorry, mate. No, you go.
Yeah, all right. That's 100% right. There's nothing that frustrates me. Well, there's referees, but few things frustrate me more than wingers that don't come inside. A player that was really good at it was Lottie Takiri. He always knew when to come inside a centre. But if your centre is running towards the sideline and you've only got a metre left of room, like, why don't you think in your head, okay, I'm running out of room. I'm going to come inside now and he can give the ball to me to bring the ball back in field. Why do you continue to, and yes, he's normally a centre, but it should be like
it doesn't matter. It's common sense.
It should be in a 12-year-old's brain if you're playing on the wing. If I'm running out of room, inside and cut inside, get the ball back in, away from the sideline. It's just.
But Ollie called him inside too, Josh. Ollie called him
Ollie
inside.
held the ball.
He signaled. He signaled
held
to come
the ball on his inside. Yeah, and he just like.
But just like the Garrick situation, guys, with the Garrick missed tackle, he doesn't understand where his sideline is. Like he just doesn't get it, and he's there. He did it the other week against St. George when he was basically running almost along the fence. When Gildart gave him the ball, he was like 2 feet into touch before he passed the ball back into Gildart. Like he just doesn't have he doesn't understand his field awareness. And I don't know how much longer you give the bloke time, but like I said, he's trying hard. He's got a good athletic body. But he still has that loose ball in him, and he's just not first grade standard yet, guys. And like I say, we don't want to bag players, but we just got to call it out as we see it.
I mean,
the loose bullshit me.
The team's fully healthy. You got that.
Yeah, when he let his arm get around Jake Trebojevic, and like it was obvious when he was going to go to the ground, that ball was going to come free. Like it was
stupid.
It was just a stupid way to hold the ball.
He did 2 carries like that after, but realised what he was doing and quickly tucked it in. And it's just like, man, why are you running like that? Like, why are you running into a tackle like that?
Exactly. When you're doing the hard yards off, in your own red zone, you're not looking to promote the ball. Just tuck it inside.
Under your arm.
Take the tackle, hit it, play the ball.
That's it.
It's just footy IQ, guys. He's really missing a lot of it, and he needs a refresher course. Quick smart.
Well, the team's fully fit. You got Dane at fullback. You probably got Stafford
at left centre.
Stafford in one centre. You got Noffer and Ken on the wings, and you probably got Adam playing in the centres when he returns from injury, I would assume. So he's probably not going to be there for all of the. He needs Reggie's time for sure. But so many, we just have so many injuries. He'll probably be picked next week. Ollie Gildart, boys, thoughts on him? To make it quicker, I might just not worry about the stats, but thoughts on Ollie, Shane.
Some good, some bad. To be honest, I liked him better on the wing defensively. I think just because he knew that he had to just play his player, and that's all it was. So, look, I think I felt better with him on the wing. I think he will come good. Attack-wise, like I really like him with ball in hand. He's got some good feet on him. That double step threw fucking half of their team off to the sideline.
Yeah.
That was killer.
Yeah.
He's got some feet on him, man. It's just he just really needs to get into that defensive mindset that NRL is going to need. Like the perfect example of how different the competitions are. Who was that dickhead for the Panthers last year that got shit canned this year? Tyron May?
Tyron May, yeah.
He is carving up in the Super League. Carving up. Tell you why? Defense optional.
Yeah.
Defense is optional over there. It's
Yeah,
not
Nathan
optional
Cleary
here.
wants it back.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him back. He's shit
Yeah.
here. But trust me, I saw his highlights on the weekend, and he was carving him to bits, and we know he's shit.
Yeah, I'm like
So-
you, Shane. I prefer Gildart on the wing. I thought he looked better on the wing, and he's definitely I've said from day one, he's got good feet. He's a bit of a deer in headlights in the centres, with his reads, and even when he makes a long break, like he did that silly chip kick, when I think Brooks got
third
pinned on the
tackle.
next. Oh yeah, Brooks got pinned for that play the ball bullshit. A tackle later, that needed to be a deeper kick, or better still, take the tackle. You've got three quarters of the Manly team offside, and you've got, I think we had another couple of tackles in hand. But that try that he scored, it was reminiscent of Momorowski against Canterbury a few years ago, guys. I don't know if you remember that. The late comeback we did when Momorowski missed the goal kick at the end of the game.
He hit the post, yeah.
Yeah, hit the post.
Farah-
And I don't think he missed the
Robbie
post.
Farah
I think
went
he
off
missed it
injury.
by about 10 metres to the left. Yeah, Farah got injured that night. But, he kind of beat three players with one step. It was a bit similar to that. But hopefully he'll get better, guys. And he's going to get plenty of practice because we're missing so many outside backs.
Yeah. I really think it's just time with him. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Just get him into the groove. And to be
He'll
honest,
get better.
I think,
He needs a season. But he definitely did some good things.
look, the Reggies helped him, I think. Him doing a few games in the Reggies has helped him. He looks a lot more sure of himself, which is good.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll get some confidence from that try too, because that would have been, eating at him as well. He's gone 9 rounds that took him to get a try. So hopefully that helps him.
He's 25, so he's not.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time ahead of him.
Yeah. Luke Garner, our other centre, obviously scored a great try. I tweeted out. He looked like a prime Chris Lawrence scoring that try down the sideline. It was nice of Chrissy Lawrence to retweet and, agree with that one. But, boys, Luke Garner, again, just defensively killed it. And then he scored that try, so it's hard to say attacking-wise. He didn't offer much, but it hurts when because he had Ken outside him to start, didn't he?
Yeah.
What did Ollie? Yeah,
No,
Ken,
he had
Garner and
Kapoa.
Ken.
Kapoa, didn't he? He had Kapoa outside him. He was on the right. He
I
was right
thought
centre. He was right centre. Gildart was left centre.
it got mucked around when
I might have
when he went
changed.
off,
I don't know. I thought he started on the right.
As soon as Ken went off, the whole back line just turned into a fucking mess. It was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, thoughts on Garns, Shane?
I guess he's quicker than we thought.
Yeah.
We're saying how slow he is. He's not quick enough, and he outran outran their team. So look, I'll straight up say I'll eat my shoes because fuck me, he was quick.
I won't eat my shoes. I won't eat my shoes. I mean, I think he's got just that good, steady, fast traveling speed. He doesn't have acceleration to beat a person one-on-one. But he was at that. I can't believe he scored that try though. Like that was outstanding. And Turbo should just slap himself in the face for not making the tackle, to be honest. Like, he should have chewed him up. So well done to Garner. Like, he's looking fantastic, and his defence is rock solid every week.
Ken Mamalo's next in line. Obviously, Ken only played 2 minutes before. Was it a broken nose? It looked like.
Yeah, I think Gildart might have accidentally a bit of friendly fire there, got him on the nose, and ended his game real early in 2 minutes.
Shame, we definitely missed. Well, there nothing to say, but we definitely missed having that option, kicking out to the wing to score a try. Ken losing Ken
and those out of jail meters. I think that's what we missed the most. consistently has the most kick return meters, and his hit ups in the middle of the ground are bigger than some of our forwards. So we just missed the size, just having him absolutely tower people. So,
And we missed Noffa too, don't forget too, guys.
100%.
We miss all of them. We miss all our
And we
fucking
missed Laurie.
outside backs.
We missed
Well,
Waddy.
if you
And
have a look
Adam.
at Kepaoa, he only had 89 run meters all up, whereas Noffa, he's consistently above 120, 130.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you've got the stats up,
So
good stats up there, Shane, feel free to my computers. The streams.
yeah, well,
slowing my
just quick
computer
one for
down.
Garner. Actually, he
Yeah.
ran 152 meters in 11 runs. Obviously, a lot of it was that one break, but I think that's pretty fucking good. I'm happy with that from a center. But I'm happy with that from a center.
Yeah.
Like, look, you're running 152 meters. Yeah, like I understand a lot of it was that try, but before that, he still would have been over 100 meters in that game. So, look, I'm happy with that. Ollie Gildart ran 117. So, look, that's pretty good as well. They're getting the run meters up, which is good.
I don't think Garner's beat, boys. Garner hasn't missed a beat in 4 weeks. He's been really good. You know, been thrown in the deep end, and he's handled it perfectly.
Are we going to regret letting him go?
Bloody oath.
Yeah.
See, I'm on the fence. He's playing third fiddle. We need him as a center, not so much a second rower. So that's where it's going to hurt us. We need to sign a couple of really good centers. But the thing, at the same time, look who we got coming back. So sort of you got Stafford, who will probably be in the centers, and he's excellent at the moment. And you got Adam playing in the centers. So is he going to be a massive loss for us? I don't think so, because he was playing third fiddle for sure. Like, it was Sean, Kelmer, and then Luke Garner. So that sort of tells you where he was sort of with us. You know what I mean? Like,
good comment from Alex. Starting to get 12 consistency out of Garner. He's like the 12 of the back line.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, I reckon if we had a hooker and a couple of centers, I don't even want to change this squad. That's how good they're going. I really mean that. I just think we're lacking a hooker and obviously a couple of class centers, because you see what Harry Grant did to St. George yesterday. That's what would have happened last week if we'd had a center against St. George. You know, they were just ready to be taken up the middle, and our forwards were killing St. George up the middle. We had no hooker to kind of finish them off near the line, and Harry Grant just tore them apart. And as I said last week, if we'd have had a Farah or a Grant or an Appy Coruscant, we would have killed St. George. But I reckon any club that gets our players from this year is just going to benefit hugely, because they've all got that steely resolve now. They know what it's like being on bad end of losses, and they want to win so much now. So I just think anyone that's leaving, whether it's Garner, Kelmer, all these guys, they're all going to be great assets for their future clubs.
On to the halves, boys. Brooksy, as I said earlier, there wasn't one, despite the loss, I haven't seen one Luke Brooks hateful comment, post, or anywhere across the socials. The referee took all the attention, but I think Brooksy and Jackson in the halves haven't missed a beat since going to 6 and 7. And I thought Brooksy was pretty good in this one, Shane.
Yeah, well, look, if my father-in-law hates him. He's a Rooster supporter and hates him. He just can't stand him. And ever since we sponsored him last year, he's been watching every Tigers game, and he gives me a rundown on who he likes, who he hates, and reasons as to why. There's fair reason not to like Luke Brooks. I can understand. He turned around on Saturday and said, "You know what? Luke Brooks has probably been one of your best players in the last 4 games, and it hurts me to say that because I really don't like him." So if you're turning him into a Brooks fan, and he's doing something right, and again, he was just great. He was just great on the weekend. His defense was a bit shaky. I noticed him getting dropped. He dropped off a couple of tackles, But look, you got to expect it. He's not that big. So, man, I thought he had a great game. I thought he had a really, really good game. And I'm just stoked that he's keeping it up. This is the first bit of consistency we've seen from Luke Brooks in years. We need it to stay. We need him to stay this consistent.
Rob, thoughts on Brooksy?
Yeah, guys, I watched the game a second time. I didn't think this at the time of watching it live the first time, but watching the game the second time, he was our best player. He did everything right. His running game was great. His kicking game was great. His passing was great. He was getting repeat sets. He was mixing up his kicks. Even the try we scored, it was, I don't know if you noticed, he did this like cute little right foot grubber and the guy's left footed. His backup play was there. He was digging into the line. I didn't like, obviously he gave away a couple of penalties early in the game, which were nothing because we were on our line anyway. And obviously that play the ball down the other end when Gildart kicked it in was a bit of an iffy penalty. But yeah, watching the game again, I just didn't realise how good he'd been. And I'm actually surprised I didn't notice it while I was watching the game. But he was best on ground, guys. And, if anyone watches the game again, just keep your eye on Brooks. Everything he did was pretty good.
Obviously, our other half, Jackson Hastings. Stats-wise, Shane, you got him up there. Brooksy, stats-wise, isn't overly impressive compared to Jackson. Yeah. But the eye test seemed like he was playing pretty good. So, Jackson Hastings, again, just controlling the ship. He continues to just be a stud for us, Shane.
Yeah, well, look, he did, what was it, 29 runs for 149 metres. I love that he just digs in. I just love that he digs into the line. And he'll make a run when he needs to make a run. There's a few times where I was really impressed. Again, 94 receipts. So he's just getting his hand on the ball. Next, like, Jake has 84. And he's dummy half. He has 84 receipts as dummy half. And Hastings has 10 more. So
did Jake play 80 minutes?
I'm pretty sure he did. Let me have a look.
I remember him coming off.
Yes, he did. Yeah. He played a full 80. Wow.
That's crazy.
He had only one error for Jakey. So, look, I'm stoked with that. But, yeah, look, between Hastings and Brooks had 5 kicks for 75 metres, which were those grubbers and those little close-in kicks. Hastings was taking a long kicks. He had 10 for 345. So he was taking more of the bigger kicks. Brooksy was sort of doing those close little finesse stabs into the goal line. So, look, I think they're really finding their gel and who works in what situation. And, look, taking that pressure off Brooksy, like, I haven't seen him do good repeat set kicks for a long time. I think it was last year against the Roosters in Campbelltown round 2. I watched him practicing his grubbers into the goal, and they were perfectly weighted. They were awesome. All of a sudden, it comes to game time. He just boots the thing up the hill. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, we're now seeing those consistent kicks from Brooksy because he's now got his confidence up in what he can do. And really, that just comes down to Jacko. Like, Jacko gives him the time to think and to go, you know what? If you make a mistake, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. Make a mistake, so what? Back it up and do it right next time. And that's what we're seeing. The boys are standing up and just giving it a red hot crack and doing it right the next time if they are making little mistakes. And look, this is probably the least mistakes we've seen out of a halves pairing in a long time. So that's good. I think it's just confidence is a high all around the club, even though we've lost 2 games. I think they're just going to keep playing footy like this.
Rob, thoughts on Jackson?
Yeah, I thought, especially in the second half, Jacko mixed up his kicking a lot better. Like I felt in the first half, a couple of kicks. I mean, they're obviously done by design. They weren't really bombs, but they were kind of like 3/4, bombs, like just placement. But they were going down Tom's throat. But obviously, they were more defensive kicks. I wanted to see a bit more height and a bit more attacking kicks. He probably missed that try to Stafford Toa at the end of the first half. If he sees that again, he probably wishes he popped the ball short. But this guy is amazing. And I'm starting to think I'm putting him in the category. I'm not saying he's there yet, but he's definitely in the category of Benji and Robbie that I expect 11 out of 10 out of him every week now before I sort of give him points, because realistically he should be in my points this week. He played amazing. He tackled great. As Shane said, he ran the ball hard. You talk about steering the ship, guys. I'm telling you, mate, if this guy was captain of the Titanic, it wouldn't have sunk. That's how good he is. So I just love him. Absolutely love him. And I think we all love him. I don't think there's any one West Tigers fan that doesn't love him. So, yeah, full credit to him. Where have you been, mate? Come back a couple of years ago, don't you? But, he's still got plenty of time ahead of him. And I just hope our guys, our club signs him up and sees what he brings to the club. And he's great on the field. He's great off the field. We saw him even, not that it matters. It doesn't add to our score, but he's helping the Manly people take their, posts off the field and all that sort of stuff at full time. Like, the guy's just a champion on and off the field. So absolutely love him.
Jimmy Tarmow, have you got the stats up there,
Yep.
Shane, for Jimmy Tarmow?
Okay, give me 2 ticks. I'll wind it back. 6 runs, only 43 metres, 20 post contact. He had 2 tackle breaks, 6 hit ups, 3.2 play the balls. So look, wasn't his best. 24 tackles with 7 missed. So that's not good.
That's terrible.
He was far from his best, but you know what? He was still running the ball fairly well, which was surprising. But I'll be honest, I didn't really notice him out there this game. The last few games I've noticed him out there, and we're seeing vintage Jimmy come back and play really well. I think this game, I just didn't really notice him out there at all. The last 10 minutes I did, he started playing really well that last 10 minutes. But the rest of the team started playing really well that last 10 minutes. Everyone wanted to win that game, and they were fighting to win that game. But yeah, he had 24 minutes on the first stint, 17 minutes on the second stint. So he only just made over 40 minutes.
Rob, any thoughts on Jimmy?
Oh, look, he gave away a couple of penalties too, Shane, which wasn't good.
That's what I noticed.
For holding down. And I don't know if you guys remember the Manly hooker. I can't think of his name, but he made a break early in the game.
Gave away 1 penalty, sorry.
Yeah, I think Musgrove had fallen over at the play the ball, and the Manly hooker just stepped past Jimmy and he ran straight through when Brooksy got involved with Cooler from Manly. So I just thought it was like, it wasn't, he wasn't not trying. Like, obviously he's trying, but it just wasn't, anywhere near the standard he'd given us the last couple of games.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll go the other prop this time. Also, let's save Jakey for after Zane Musgrove. Any stats that stand out for Zane? Shane, have a look.
Not really this week.
You said you didn't notice Jimmy. I didn't really notice Zane much.
Yeah, to be honest, our forwards weren't. Look, his defense was good. 19 tackles, 1 missed. I'm happy with that. 1 missed is not too bad, but look, I just think it was just a very nothing performance from some of our forwards. The last few games, our forwards were running the show. This week, they seemed very flat. So that's just what I noticed. They just weren't really there. They weren't really making the runs. They weren't taking the hit ups. So I don't know. Just seems a bit weird to me. But I guess people can have down games. We've been playing pretty up for a while. So you got to sort of expect a little bit of a come down every now and again.
Rob, thoughts on Zane at all?
No, just not much to add to that, mate, except I'm pretty much with you, Josh. I really didn't notice him during the game. But based on what Shane said about the stats, I mean, obviously he went a lot better than Jimmy Tarmow. He fulfilled a role. He only missed 1 tackle, but yeah, nothing special. But I wouldn't say it was a bad game. I just didn't really notice him, so he's probably doing his job.
Jakey Simkin, we said earlier, played 80 minutes. He's definitely that number 9 for this year at least. It's well and truly is going to be on his back as long as he's healthy. Rob, I'll let you go first with Jake.
Yeah, look, I thought he played pretty well. Obviously, you know, he had a hard task trying to tackle Josh Alloway for that controversial try in the second half where he, you know, really couldn't hold him too well. But I just thought, in particular in the first half, we really got a lot of go forward from Jake. I thought we were getting up the field really easily. He was darting out a dummy half. He was backing up. He had our forwards going really well. So I actually thought he did really, really well in the first half. Obviously, losing Stefano and getting off to a bad start in the second half, you know, we were kind of under the pump and we probably didn't have the go forward we should have had. But overall, I mean, to play 80 minutes, you know, for such a young bloke, I thought he did really, really well. I don't know what his stats are in terms of missed tackles or meters or anything like that, but just, you know, on the eye test, I thought he played quite well.
So, Robbie made 38 tackles, 4
Yep.
missed, two ineffective.
Okay, that's okay. That's not too bad.
It's
Not
not
bad.
great, but it's not too bad. That's 86%.
He's only a small bugger. Yeah,
It's not
and,
Robbie
he's
Farah, but
playing.
it's pretty good.
He's playing 80 minutes. Like I'm happy
Yeah.
with him making 38 tackles. Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
He's a
And
young
don't
fella.
forget, guys, one really crucial thing is Peachy was there to give him a breather. Peachy was not designed to come on after 2 minutes to play centres. So, you know, so he was definitely going to have some time off during the game, and obviously circumstances didn't allow that to happen. So we've got to take that into account as well.
Yeah, for sure. In the back row, Kelma Tuolagi was at the 11. Shane, got any interesting stats on Kelma and any thoughts on him at all? We were talking again.
Take your Kelma hat off, Shane.
I thought he was pretty quiet.
I thought he was very ineffective.
Yeah, I agree.
His defense was shit. His running was shit. Has here 23 tackles, 7 missed, 2 ineffective. So really, there's 9 missed tackles. Look, I was saying to this, Rob, I was saying this to Josh off air.
Yeah.
I think we saw his limit in those first few games where he was really G'd up to play first grade.
Yep.
And I think this is going to be regular Kelma. I really do.
Really?
I think we'll get bits of spikes and then we'll get some falls for the rest of the season.
Well, why do you say that? Just because of his age or inexperience or what? Because the guy's got the talent. The guy's obviously got the talent.
He's got the talent. I don't know. It just seems like when he first came in and he got those first 5-6 weeks, he was just so stoked to be there. Like, I don't think signing the Manly contract has anything to do with it. You want to win no matter what team you're in, no matter where you go on the next year. You don't give a fuck. You're right there. You're playing the game. I just think his ceiling isn't as high as a lot of people seem to think it is.
Okay.
I think he's a very good player, but again, he was also behind Sean Bloor.
Yeah.
So, look, if Sean's healthy, I think he's probably one of our best, especially defensively. I think he's our best second rower. We really did miss Luch.
Yeah, I
did miss Luch.
Luch is our best
Absolutely.
second rower, mate. I have to say Luch is our best second rower. I can't say
at the moment, 100%. At the moment, Luch kills. He is 2 times what Kelma is at the moment for us.
Yeah.
And I just really think Kelma's sort of. I think he's getting a little bit exposed. I think a lot more people are running at him because people are going, "Oh man, he's pretty good," but I think he's starting to get a bit exposed. Hopefully, he kicks back up a gear and starts going hard again. But look, I just think his ceiling isn't what a lot of people are rambling on about because. Yes, I like him. Yes, I've seen some really good things out of him. But I think now that people sort of know what he's playing and how to play him, I think he's getting found out a lot more than he's not. So,
yeah, I look, he missed a lot of tackles against St. George as well. I know he had a bit of a concussion, but I thought Saturday was his worst game. And, you know, like it's not for lack of effort or anything like that. I just felt he didn't want to get dirty on Saturday. Even some of the loose carries and.
Yep.
And stuff like that. I just thought he wasn't prepared to grind. So definitely his worst game. Yeah, and shouts to Luch, man. We're going to miss this guy so much. The meters he makes and the threat he is with the ball in hand and taking 3 or 4 blokes to bring him down. Yeah, we really miss Luch. There's another player that we could have done with on the weekend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the man that was filling in the number 12, Alex Seathwath. Any interesting stats with Alex Shane at all? I thought he was
defense-wise,
nothing-
he was a wall.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty much another Alex 12 out there. He was
Yeah,
just
sort of
doing his
bit of a
job,
nothing in
didn't stand
attack.
out.
Yeah, bit of a nothing in attack. 36 tackles, 1 missed, 3 ineffective for 90% tackle efficiency. I think that's pretty good. Look, defensively, he's excellent. He brings a bit of energy, but he just doesn't. I don't know what it is. Him and Kelmer really struggled attacking this week. They weren't looking to hit holes. They were a bit sluggish. I saw one of the comments come up. Kelmer's coming back from sickness. It's like, it's been over 2 weeks. He's a professional athlete. You really expect him to be pretty much back to 100%, if not 95% now, and his 95% should be definitely good enough to be playing how he was playing the few games before he was sick. So, look, Seathwath defensively was excellent, but just need him to hit the line hard. I'll be 100% honest. I don't know if he'll be here next year. His contract runs out this year, so people can actually talk to him now, and we haven't re-signed him. So I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen with Seathwath. I'd love him as a squad player because that's what he is to me. He'll never be a starter, but as a squad player, I'd love him because he brings a bit of energy on.
He's only 23 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll hang on to him, Shane. He can play middle or he can play edge. I don't think we really ran any plays, as you said, to suit his whole running or anything like that. And he was playing on the right side this week. So, look, I just think he's the sort of guy that when he gets a couple of games in a row with long minutes, you kind of get the best out of him. So, hopefully, this weekend he can, produce that magic round game he had last year up there, and because that was his best game for the club. So
yeah, well, he was playing lock, wasn't he? And that's when we were losing our shit about the passes he was doing.
Yeah,
he was real crazy
passes. Yeah, he was doing some mad passes and absolutely belting guys. And so hopefully he can have a big game this week. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'd like to have him in our squad next year. We just can't be losing all these depth guys. We need 30
players. Yeah.
We've actually got a better forward pack than we've realised, because we kind of said the squad's this and the squad's that, but we're not too bad in the forwards really.
It's outside backs. So.
Outside backs and hooker, that's been our Achilles heel.
One man that statistically did pretty well. We got Joe Offengowi's stats there, Shane, because he's got some pretty big big numbers there.
So his fantasy points are the most out of our team. So he got 77 fantasy points. The next closest is 53 with Oliver Gildart, which is surprising. But Joffa he did 14 runs, 102 meters, 31 post contact, 1 line break, 6 tackle breaks, 10 hit ups. He had average play the ball of 6.2, which is faster than the rest of the team's average play the ball, which is good. 3 offloads. He also had a 91% tackle efficiency with 39 tackles, 2 missed. And the 2 missed were just 2 ineffective tackles. So he hit him, but rolled off. So look,
any errors? No errors from Joffa either, were there?
No errors.
There was a high tackle from the kickoff guys in the second half.
Yeah,
the very first tackle,
which was a penalty. And he got up. He was like, "Oh shit!" Like I fucked up.
Yeah.
Also, he did one kick. He did 1 kick for 20 meters. Do you guys remember the kick? I don't remember the kick.
I don't remember.
Did he do it? Did he do a grubber? Or was that him that kicked it back across that real weird kick?
I don't remember a kick.
Yeah, I don't remember him kicking it.
A kick for 21.
If anyone knows that, let us know because I saw I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Joffa was incredible. He has been so good this year for us. I just don't know if he's a lock.
Yeah,
he's
he's a front
playing
row.
good. He's playing good there. Don't get me wrong. He's a lot better than Twile there. But he also played 72 minutes. So he's getting up there for minutes. If we can get 80 minutes out of him, good, play lock. That'd be good. And I really think his passing and offloading is becoming a lot better. I think he's sort of trying to take that position into his own, and he's starting to really get that ball playing moving, because I'm impressed. Every week I'm getting more and more impressed with how he's playing in that lock role. Like, for a front rower to transition to how he's playing right now is incredible.
Rob, anything to add on Joffa?
No, he's just, he talked the talk against after the game against Cronulla, and he's walking the walk. Like, you just can't fault what he's doing. That try at the end of the game was shot, and he just said, no one is going to stop me under any circumstances. And he got over the line and scored the try, and that's just the attitude of the whole team right now. So love that he's basically becoming a leader of our pack. I hope he stays there. He can transition to prop, I reckon, as Shane's probably alluded to previously. But we were talking the other week, Shane, about how you said if you could get 80 minutes, it'd be better. He'd probably be pushing 60 tackles. Well, that was the week he had 60 minutes. So he's gone from 60 minutes to 72 minutes this week. So obviously that was because we lost a couple of players during the game. But no, really happy with his effort, Josh. So yeah, good on him. He's definitely in our points this week, or in mine anyway.
Yeah.
What's it? 39 tackles.
I think he's going to be my 3.
Yeah, but the tackle busts as well, like, they're huge.
Yeah, 6 tackle busts and a line break.
Yeah.
And scored a try.
That's great going for a depleted team.
Yeah, Alex commented on YouTube. I think I'm going to give 3 points to Joffa this week. I was wondering
start sending your 3-2-1s in, guys, so we can see what you guys are thinking before we get.
We're pretty efficient on the time tonight, boys. Now just got the bench.
I've got mine set. I've got mine set. 3-2-1 set.
I'm still thinking. I'll have to go through the show to kind of make up my mind. But Tyrone Peachy, have you got any interesting stats from Peach? Obviously scored. He scored 2 tries. Was only given 1.
Look, he had a couple of offloads. He had a dummy half run, which was good. 128 meters for 19 runs. So he was running quite a bit, which is good. 54 post contact meters, which you sort of wouldn't expect from him.
How many missed tackles?
I'll go to his defense right now. 1 missed tackle.
Okay.
12 tackles made.
It felt like more than that.
Yeah, it felt like more.
When Cherry Evans ran away for his try, who gave it to Cherry Evans? Was it the winger?
Cooler.
Yeah,
the center.
Yeah, Tyrone Peachy basically reached out like he was playing Oztag with him when he could have just
2 ineffective tackles. So that probably would have been one of them.
Yeah,
you got to just
go for it.
It's just
go for it.
Literally, it's just watching that back made me feel sick. Just how that should have been stopped, that one. But any thoughts on Peach, Rob?
If the West Tigers was an NFL team, you'd only play him on offense. Okay, he just doesn't look like he wants to get down and dirty with the defense. That no try that he was taken off him. Besides the fact that I think it could have been given a try, I don't think he lost it. It was trying to be forced loose. Just the way he got past those guys and the effort to get the ball down just showed how skillful he is. Even though it didn't count in our game. So look, he's definitely got the skill there. He's one of those guys where if the game gets a bit sort of 12 on 12 and you're playing jungle ball, Peachy's the sort of guy you want on the field with all the ad lib footy going on. He's that sort of player. But look, at least he got a chance. I'm just kind of wondering why we didn't give him a go in centres a couple of weeks ago, given the fact of where we are with Ollie and like some of the poor ease he's had. I just thought maybe he should have got a go before Ollie, given we dropped Ollie for his bad play a few weeks ago. But yeah, not much really to add on Peach.
Well, I've got a conspiracy theory, about Peachy. I reckon he fucked up real bad, eh? I
Off the
reckon he's
51?
done. Yeah, off field, I think he fucked up somewhere, or in training, he rocked up late, or there's something. He's fucked up somewhere, and that's the reason why he hasn't even been in the squad. Because really, he should have been in the squad for Jock Madden for those few games.
Yeah.
Because he can play a lot more positions than Jock can. I really think he messed up really bad somewhere, either coming late to training. It would be something like that just isn't look like, it's not just slap on the wrist anymore. It's like if you rock up late to training, mate, like you're fucking not playing. Sucked in. You're in reserve grade. See you, mate. And I really think something similar to that's happened, and that's why he hasn't been playing, Rob.
Well, when you think about it, if you go to the St George game when he wasn't there, like if you've got 17 players selected for the team and 9 or 10 of them are injured, so you're like 27th or 28th on the list.
Yeah,
that's not a real good look for a bloke that is meant to be one of your better signings, you know. So yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Meant to be the super sub. Meant to be super sub.
But I reckon he's the sort of guy, if he can have a good game and do something really, really useful, score a couple of tries, you know, get his fingerprints into the team, you know, he can be an asset for us.
yeah, for sure. Alex Twal is next up in the number 15 jersey. What was Alex? Any standout stats for Alex, Shane?
Look, 17 runs, 130 meters. Defense-wise, he's missed his first tackle in a few weeks.
Oh, sack him.
First tackle
Send
missed
him
in a couple of weeks. One ineffective tackle, but he only made 23 tackles this game.
How many minutes?
So he played a total of 51 minutes, which is sort of his normal.
Yeah.
51 to 60 is his normal, and he's usually making 35 tackles. So he's made 23 tackles. I'll be honest, I just think people weren't running at him because they know his stats.
I was just going to say, you
avoiding
can't tackle someone if they're not there to tackle.
Like they're not running at him, and it's pretty obvious they're running at Jake Simpkin, and they were running at Kelmer and Alex Seyfarth. They were running down the edges. They weren't trying to run it in the middle. So, like, Alex has 39 tackles. 36 tackles. Joffa has 39 tackles. Jake Simpkin has 38 tackles. So they're the boys they were running at. You can see it there straight away.
Yeah.
So I really think they just weren't trying to run at him. And let's be honest, why would you? You'd be dumb to run at him. You know he's going to tackle you. So it's just Mr. Terminator Twile again. He was a bit quiet, but yeah, as Rob said, it's a bit hard to tackle people that aren't in front of you. So
anything to add on Alex, Rob?
No, nothing to add, mate. He's just a standard Alex game. Probably a bit down on his usual stuff, and his attack had been a little bit better the last couple of weeks, but we didn't get to see much ball playing or anything like that. He didn't threaten the try line.
Well, Magic round this week. I'm going to put money on him to score a try. That was
a pre-season
Magic.
Yeah, start of the year. Put a couple of bucks on him to get his first meat pie. Tommy McKaylee was in the 16 jersey. Any interesting stats? How many minutes did he play?
He only played 7 minutes. 3 runs for 24 meters. That was a weird signing. I do remember him coming on for a little bit. He made a few good hit-ups, and then all of a sudden he was off.
I think he came off in the 31st minute for a HIA, guys.
Yeah. Was that one of them? Yeah, because we had 2 HIAs.
Yeah, he was one of them.
Yeah, that's right. He ran up. Yeah, he went to sit down on the bench. And my father-in-law was laughing, going like, "Mate, you can't sit there. You got to go walk up the tunnel." And he went to sit down on the bench, and then went, "Oh shit!" and like turned around and walked up the tunnel. And I'm like, "Well, he's fucked. He ain't coming back. If he just tried to sit down on the bench, he ain't coming back." So, yes, I do remember that.
Of course, yeah.
You know what's annoying though? He actually was running really hard. Really hard. I haven't seen him run like that in any of the games he's played this year. He was charging, and like he had 17 post-contact meters, and he only made 24 meters all up. So,
So he ran
Like-
for 7 meters.
He's got to come off the back
Yeah.
fence a bit for me, Shane. His run-ups are too shallow. Like if
He's
he's
flat
making
foot.
that sort of effort off a 2 meter run-up, God help him when he makes a 8 meter run-up before he gets the ball. You know what I mean? He's not
100%.
charging, he's not charging onto
If
the
he
ball.
hits the ball, that's
Yeah.
it. If he hits the ball full speed,
Yeah.
he's a wrecking ball. And that's what I've said the whole
100%.
time.
He needs to
He's
learn
a
from
big
Ken
boy.
Lamalo, mate. Come off the back fence and give it a go.
100%.
Well,
Even
Sean
Jimmy
Bloor
Tamo
said,
the last few games.
Sean Bloor told us on the show, he said he's the hardest guy to tackle at training.
You can see he's so
just-
wide. He's actually
Yeah.
so wide too.
Like a truck,
Built like
like
a
a truck.
brick, you know what?
And lastly, Stefano Shane. How many minutes? Obviously, he had 30 seconds in his first stint.
Yeah, he played 27 minutes all up, I think. It says 22 on there, but stint 1, 27, and then 4. So I don't know where they got 22 minutes from, unless they're counting 10 minutes on the bin, which is probably, it's probably what they are doing. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that? But yeah, he only did play 22 minutes. I'll be honest, I expected a lot more.
Even coming off an injury, he was out for a while.
He was out for a while, but it's just Stefano, man. You just expect a lot more from him. You know what I mean? Like, he is our best forward. Even coming off injury, you're expecting him to just come out and absolutely smash people. And attacking-wise, he's the person we need to really go smash people, and he didn't. The good thing is his play the ball speed was under 3 seconds, and that is a lot quicker than everyone else. So he was getting hit, standing up, and playing the ball quick. So, no, that's good. Look, he did 4 runs for 31 meters, 18 post-contact. So, again, a lot of post-contact meters. But him getting sent off, I don't know, that was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how it happened. I don't think anyone really understands how it happened. So I think it's just another that we covered it earlier in the game, early in the podcast. So no need to keep going over it.
5-2 penalty count when he came off, Shane. 5-2 penalty count, and the first 3 penalties we conceded were in the first 10 minutes. There's no repeat anything going on there, mate. It was just Adam G being a fuckwit. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. So, sorry, fuck the self-respect. I don't give a shit anymore. Fuck him. So, anyway, on Stefano, I didn't expect much. I thought he'd have a 20, 30 minutes, get some, get some legs under him and just have a bit of a hit out. That said, I thought when he got sin binned that he was going to come back on and kill someone. And I don't mean tackle. I just thought he was going to score a try or something. I thought he was going to be so pissed off at the injustice of being put in the sin bin that if he got the ball into the line, he was just going to demolish people, but didn't quite pan out how I wanted. So it's easy from your lounge room to get psyched up, but to actually have a player do it on the field is a little bit different. So, look, he needed the hit out, guys. And the fact that he only got that amount of time, given we were down to 15 men, he obviously needed the run, guys. He's not up to match fitness at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
He'll be better this week.
Yeah. Look, he'll just keep getting better until he's back to 100%.
He'll need another couple of games, guys. We'll probably get him.
He'll be starting.
Yeah, we'll probably get 40 or 50 minutes out of him this week, and then maybe we can get some bigger minutes a week after.
Righto. MG Pumps Player of the Year, 3-2-1 boys, who I've come to my decision. Rob, who have you got?
Guys, I'm going to go for the much maligned Luke Brooks. As I said, I didn't think so when I watched the game live, but if anyone watches the game again, everything he did was classy. As I said, from his kicking, his passing, his running, even most of his defence was really good. Even another incident that just came to my mind now, when the fastest bloke in the league, Kula, ran up the right-hand sideline, and Brooksy just went with him toe for toe, and he made him hit the brakes. The guy's got ridiculous speed. I'm loving what he's doing more and more every week. So 3 points to Brooksy, 2 points to Joffa. Shane's numbers there says it all, and the guy's playing with a lot of heart and a lot of leadership. Couldn't fault him, and he's been quite consistent like that for a few weeks now and hasn't been getting into my points. So I've given him 2. And 1 point to Luke Garner. The guy hasn't missed a beat for a month. Scored an amazing try that really, if I watch it again, I'm still surprised he actually scored. Doesn't miss a tackle, and to score the try, I think he deserved one. And obviously, honourable mention to Jackson Hastings. As I said, the guy's a freak. We're nothing without him. So I would have given him some points, but as I said, he's going to need Benji and Robbie like performances now from me to get him the points, because he's just so good every week. But they're my points for this week, guys.
Fine.
I'm going to go 3 to Joffa. This is the best game I've seen him play in a Tigers jersey, and he's just been consistently getting better. After that speech after the Sharks game, he's put his money where his mouth is, and he's walking the walk. So I got to give him 3 because he was amazing. Got to give Brooksy 2 because to me he was on par with Joffa as man of the match. Just he's now using his brain. He's letting that footy IQ that we've all been told about. We've all been told about how good his footy IQ is, how he can create this, create that, and we've never sort of seen it. It's sort of been like, oh yeah, like there's a couple of things a game you go, oh yeah, that's all right. I reckon this game was like he was putting kicks where I haven't seen him put kicks. His grubbers through were just great. So look, I just couldn't be happier for him. He's got a bit of form, and that's thanks to Jackson Hastings, who takes my number 1, takes the 1 point. So just them two combining, I just love it. Jacko's just leading the ship. He's got his hands on the ball all the time. And he's just creating the influence. He's setting up the plays. And look, without him, we weren't scoring tries. It's that simple. And have a look at us. We're putting multiple tries in a game. And it just shows by how much he's grabbing the ball. So just need him to keep going. Just need all of them to keep going.
Well, I've got the same as you, Shane. So I've gone Joff, Brooksy, Jacko. Those numbers Joffa put up, he deserves to be the outstanding guy. And the halves, Jacko definitely. Rob, as you said, it's hard. He played at what we expect, but I think he definitely deserves. He's a runaway. It was hard because he's a runaway. Well, Brooksy's catching him a little bit now, but in our points. But
who would have thought?
If you go on the stats guy, Hastings stats are as good as offering Gowie's. Like they're just as good, like they're great stats. But I mean, just on the eye and the support play and all that sort of stuff. Like, I probably could have put him in there, but geez, if you don't give Garner a point this week, when you're ever going to give him a point?
Yeah, I was.
The guys are missing a tackle, and the guys. I just can't fit. It's been like that a lot of weeks the last few weeks. We've had so many good players where you want to give 7 or 8 blokes points, and you just can't fit everyone in. But Jacko's got enough credits in the bank to be getting some more in the future anyway. So, from me,
that was Garner's first point that we've given.
Just love him captaining our ship, boys, but make sure our ship doesn't sink.
Yeah. So Hastings is on 28, Brooksy's on 20, Luch is on 17, and then it goes all the way to Joff, who is on 9, 3, 6, because he was only on 2 before tonight. We just shot him up.
Yeah,
we just shot him up to 9. So, 8 between Brooksy and Hastings. A lot of us probably wouldn't have expected that. Luch, a little bit behind now, but they can get 9 points in a game in this. So, Brooksy only 8 behind Jacko. Boys, we're shouts to everyone who thought the episodes were a bit long last week. 2.5 hours was long, but
I think we ripped him straight away this week. I think we ripped him straight away.
We ripped him to poor old Adam G.
Not poor Adam G. Fuck Adam G.
The way he refereed on Saturday, he's Adam F, not Adam G.
Boys, we got stuck in him
That's
so much.
such a dad joke.
It is a dad joke. I'm not as young as you guys.
That's good. No, that's good. It made me laugh.
We got stuck into him so much, I totally forgot to do the lower grade scores, the top of the show. So New South Wales Cup, we won. The Magpies finally got a win, 30-26 over Blacktown. Shane, you watched that game on TV, didn't you?
Yep. Israel Ogden was excellent. Like, when I say excellent, I mean excellent. Just so powerful. We've got another centre. Give me 2 ticks. He is literally the same as Talakai. Just so big, but so damn quick and damaging. And he was just punching people off him and then just flicking the ball to Ogden, and they were just going in for try after try. And it was just wrecking ball, the both of them. It was killer. It's good to watch. Jock played really well, slotted some excellent kicks. Like, he was slotting mostly sideline kicks.
He got injured though, didn't he, Shane? He got injured because apparently he was our 18th man.
He was on I saw him on the bench. He
came off in the. Yeah, he was on the bench in the second half. I only caught near the end of the game of the cup game.
I don't know. I can't remember. I was at lunch, so I was sort of like, I had the TV to my left, so I was watching as what I could.
Okay.
I was just watching them two on the left edge just cause absolute chaos. It was good. Like, if you can go back and watch it, because it's pretty good. Like, you'll see who I'm talking about. It was the left center. He was just a big boy. We've got another, like, one of the young forwards. He's number 10. He gave it a red hot crack. Little played the same as he did in first grade. Very, very slow. Just a bit blah. I expected him to be a bit quicker. But yeah, look, they played really well. Defensively, they're not good. Junior Ponga, he made one good pass, but just has hands. He has feet for hands.
Fanua Poles was number 10, Shane.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good. He was hitting the line hard. But Junior Ponga was just horrible, man. Just like, I think there was about 4 or 5 drop balls from him. Just real basic shit. Just like passes that should have been straight in your hands. He was just fumbling and fucking throwing them. And I was just like, then out of nowhere, he'll catch it and throw the most ridiculous pass, like cutout pass, for him to score a try. And I'm just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But I can understand why he ain't playing first grade for us at the moment. I can fully understand, because his hands aren't good enough. No chance. Other than that, most of the other boys, yeah, they're good. They got their first win of the season, and you could see they were pretty excited about it. So,
Jersey Flag boys got a win before. All 3 grades were at Brookie on Saturday, and the Flag boys got a win over Manly as well. So, shame we couldn't get the hat trick, but our Jersey Flag side are currently tied 4th. So, and Harvey Norman girls, they lost 34-6 on Sunday to the Bears, but they're tied first still in the Harvey Norman. There was a game tonight though being played, so the ladder may have changed since then. But yeah, so thanks to everyone in the live stream tonight. There's about a couple of dozen of you who went right through the near on 2 hours with us, and again contributing beautifully to the show. Love doing these live streams. It's just awesome. For those listening back on the audio, be sure to try, if you can, 8:30. We'll try and do 8:30 Monday and Thursdays consistently. Yeah, as long as the schedule is all good with the boys. Yeah, and with work and that sort of thing, or holidays on the Gold Coast. So good to have you back in Sydney, back in the grind, Rob.
Thanks, Josh. Good to be here.
Thanks for staying up late. You obviously got an early start tomorrow morning. What's on this week for MG Pumps?
Oh, just lots of stuff at Bondi, Westfield. Got quite a lot on there. They've got a bit of money to spend before the financial year where they need to get just certain upgrades done that we usually do each year. Just go through and upgrade a few bits and pieces to keep everything running smooth, mostly on the sewer systems and all that sort of stuff, because they're the last things you sort of want to break. So,
do they want to sponsor a podcast, or they got money to spend?
Oh, I'll hit them up. I doubt they would though.
They'd be more Roosters, wouldn't they? Bondi Junction.
Yeah.
Not that there's any Roosters fans in Bondi.
Nah, not anymore. No, but yeah, big couple of weeks ahead. A lot of jobs coming through last week. Every job we completed, we almost got 2 accepted. So sort of, I was looking at it going, oh shit, this isn't good. I'm going to be working way too hard the next few weeks. So that's all right. Money's money. Just keep going and get into it.
Money's money. Football's football. Fingers crossed. The Magic round is a bit more exciting than Saturday was in terms of refereeing. But boys, we'll speak to you Thursday evening. Hopefully everyone can join us then 8:30 Thursday. Shane's had his 7th yawn live on air. He needs to get to bed.
I've been bad. Been bad tonight. We were about 20 minutes in during the rants, and I was like, oh, fuck, I've got to wake up.
But all good. Mate. All good. Thanks for staying up late with us, everyone, including Shane. And as always, boys, go the Tigers.
Go the Tigers.